Appreciate you coming into my stream all the time. Even after all that time I didn't stream. Ooh, nice return there. But you know what's funny? Speaking of, me not streaming for a while. I mean, just seeing all these things on Twitter, of people kind of going through the same type thing. There we go. Just kind of having to take a mental health break for a while. Actually, there's a real good story. Streamer by the name of, I think it's Sequilla. He does a lot of Dark Souls and Elden Ring, Bloodborne. This basically the whole Souls series. He does no hit runs and stuff like that. He ended up taking a couple months off, and the other day I happened to catch his first stream in a couple months, and I mean, he just sat there for half an hour when he first started his stream, just kind of talking about what he was thinking about, what he was going through, why he didn't stream for a couple months, and he was just talking about the pressures of having to play certain games a certain way to appease to a certain crowd, and he just felt a lot of pressure doing that because there's things that he wanted to personally do with games that he just felt he couldn't necessarily do. Oh my god. I think that's something a lot of people can relate to. I kind of felt the same way when it came to my streams and golf. I am to the point where I am at because of the golf community, and I got to a point where I'll be honest, I can't stand playing PGA 2K21 anymore. I mean, I just really can't, and I felt bad for me not wanting to do that, knowing that 75% of my followers probably have got to know me through the golf community or know me through that game. And the games just obviously went through a few changes and ones that I didn't necessarily like, and I mean, it was something I had to get used to, but I just wasn't having fun with the game anymore. But I felt pressure of having to play that game all the time just because most of my followers were from golf community. I wasn't necessarily playing games that I wanted to play because of that. And in return, that made it to where I just didn't want to stream for a while. But kind of sitting back, through those, 6 months that I didn't stream from like last, October through, I think April it was. Just sitting back, watching other people do their thing on stream. I mean, I was on Twitch all the time still. People's chats and stuff. I just couldn't really get myself to hit that go live button. Then after that, knowing that I had fun streaming, and I missed that. God damn.
Excellent. I think someone has really found their stride now.
You know, knowing I could, you know, come back and maybe play other games, and knowing that I didn't necessarily have to feel bad for wanting to try something new or being a part of different communities like the retro community, for example, you know. Or even playing this game, you know. Brand new game. I love tennis. God damn it. Oh yeah, tough for big streamers. Yeah, like said Lex. I mean, that's... I mean, when people are dependent on this for a living, I mean, yeah, there's huge pressures on not necessarily what they can and can't do, but what the community expects, you know. And just knowing that, and knowing that I've kind of gone through it myself, and you see a lot of other streamers go through that, you know, I'll never knock someone for taking a break of streaming, you know. I won't do it. A good example of that, you know, Mikey's streaming now. You know, he didn't stream for a long time. He had, you know, some personal things going on, and, you know, we all have that. Oh, come on, I hit the button. We all got that going on sometimes. You know, I had my own personal stuff going on, too, on top of, you know, the whole streaming thing. Is. New golf games are going to be a lot better. Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully the new 2K system just doesn't rely on new courses being made all the time to stay afloat. Because that's the only reason why 2K21 is still somewhat relevant. We've come to realize a good amount of people enjoy it. Hey, you know what? I appreciate that, Lex. You know, it's
on this match from start to finish. An excellent display. That's what gives you the easy win.
You know, I'm not one to bring in, you know, a huge crowd all the time. But I mean, it was fun to know that, you know, I was the night guy for people coming in to watch at night before they pass out, go to bed, you know, whatever. You know, I'm the one that, you know, getting a lot of these people's, you know, raids at night, because, you know, it's find that not a lot of night owls, and I happen to be one. God, look at those winners. 1 unforced error. That's big right there. Love seeing that stat. Compared to 15. Yikes. Yeah, no, and that's true. And I've understood that fully in the past. But I mean, for me, it's, I mean, unfortunately, really the only time where I can get to work. You know, I mean, working retail, my hours are over here, over there. I mean, I have an opposite schedule every other week. Work every other weekend. On top of that, you know, I have my daughter, and, you know, softball and school and activities, and I mean, there's a lot of things to juggle around. But being at night, streaming, you know, knowing that, you know, she's in bed or going to bed, you know, at least I'm not losing out on that time, you know. And me taking, you know, all that time off of streamings, you know, kind of helped me get new ideas for things. You know, I'm not sitting on my PS4 anymore. I can stream through my PC, and, you know, I got the 2 monitor thing going on, and trying to catch up on all this technology here. This was one of my, I haven't hooked it up yet, but this is one of my purchases I made the other day for Amazon Days. You guys can see that good there. Good old Elgato Wave microphone. Holy shit, Mikey. Coming in with 6 months. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Oh, hey. No worries, you couldn't raid. Welcome on in, man. Oh, dude. No worries, man. No worries. You know the 007s use that one? Yeah. Also, what I got, too, was... like a... Oh, sorry. Its lighting is kind of screwy. It's like a 4-port USB hub. So I can plug this in, and I'll be able to plug in that microphone. And this other purchase that I made the other day, good old Stream Deck. I can hook that up into there, and my controller. I mean, my PC's only got 1, 2, maybe like 5 USB hook-ins. Maybe, well, 4 or 5. It just doesn't seem like enough. So, you know, just everyone know that, you know, the money that I made from people subbing and taking the time to give bits, stuff like that, you know, I've definitely been putting it into my setup. I mean, that's for sure. Legato's gotten enough money from you lately, yeah. Dude, that picture I saw of you on Twitter, holy shit. Yeah, you got a lot of stuff. A lot of cool looking stuff. But yeah, you know, it's just the whole technology thing though, man. I'm so behind on that, and that's something I've been trying to do a lot of research to get. Holy shit. Mikey coming in with 1,000 biddies. Man, you don't have to do that, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hopefully your stream went well. Finished her up well. Yeah, it's too bad OBS kept crashing for you, man. X from Lextron. I appreciate it, man. Let's get into this next match here. Oh yeah, another thing too I was going to mention, you know, during that time off, I mean, I'm kind of combining my personal stuff that's been going on with streaming, with, you know, all the mental health type things that, you know, people are talking about and how people just need a break once in a while. I have created a blog. I have a website for that. I haven't necessarily released it out to people yet. Still working on it a little bit. That can, you know, hopefully help people that, or people can help each other, you know, when it comes to this mental health, needing a break, too many things going on. You know, just a way to offer support to the people. You know, just some personal stuff that I've had going on past couple years. You know, it's taking a little bit of a toll on me, and you know, for me to be able to tell my story through that and how I can relate, you know, the streaming into that too. You know, I'm excited to get that going here soon. OBS issue, yeah. Yeah, and you know what? Everyone's got it, you know. And it's, you know, it truly is amazing how many people can relate to that when it comes to on a personal level or streaming level. Well, because I mean, let's face it. If one is going to stream, one needs to, number one, be in a pretty decent mood, because you can't stream and be in a shitty mood. Number one, you can't stream and not talk at all either. You know, I mean, that just doesn't make for good content. You know, there's pressures behind that too. You know, if one's having a bad day, you know, it's tough to hit that go live button, for example. I mean, everyone's been there, everyone's felt that. You know, that's kind of another thing that led into my 6 months of no streaming too. You know, my mood was just not a good one. Of course, there are other things too, but you know, I just felt like I didn't have an attitude worth catching, if that makes sense. And to being able to hit that go live button, I mean, it can't necessarily have a shitty attitude about things and things weighing down your mind, and I mean, you want to be able to have fun with it. Although, you know, who knows? I mean, some people can, you know, maybe be having the shittiest day in the world, and you know, streaming helps them. It's a way to forget about any BS going on, you know. Sounds like you're reading my script I prepared for my stream. Totally my... Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know, it's... I mean, there's a lot of things that I haven't really, you know, said on stream that, you know, that I had a problem with, you know, talking about, that, you know, over time, it's going to be a little bit easier for me to talk about, you know. I mean, I would love for everyone... Oh, come on. I'd love for everyone to know my story 100% on, you know, what's been going on with me and what happened over 2.5 years ago to me, and maybe how I could have prevented it, or, you know, maybe caught better signs of what the real issue was in the first place, and kind of put me in a tough spot for a while and can't do things that I want to do because of it. And oh yeah, and you know what, man, we're all here to help with that, you know. I mean, like I mentioned in your stream, Mikey, you know, no one forgot about you, that's for sure. You know, sometimes, I mean, this is kind of weird to say, but it's almost like, you know, streaming and being online all the time, you almost have the...
Wow, let's count them all up.
It's probably a bad way of putting it, but almost like a double life type thing going on. Because you got all your real life stuff going on, and, you know, streaming life or whatever online, where, I mean, that can be completely different. I mean, you can use that as a more positive way to kind of forget about other stuff that's maybe going on. And I'm not saying that, you know, everyone's fake who is on Twitch. I mean, I'm not saying that at all. But it's sometimes an easier way to not have to worry about people judging. That kind of makes sense. Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. You know, and I was just talking about this before he came in, Mikey. That I mean, that was kind of one of the reasons why I stopped streaming for a while myself, because, I felt bad that, I was part of PGA community and there's so many people that did a lot of things to get me to where I am. And, I just got to a point where I just couldn't stand playing the game. There's so many changes going on. It's just got frustrating. And, oh no. I just didn't want people to think that I was, just throwing people aside and, didn't care. But I mean, that just one of those things where I just kind of had it with that game, and
Opportunity to break serve.
I mean, I tried getting back into it, I really did, but I just couldn't do it. I don't know, maybe me not being able to figure out this PS5 controller for that game is maybe a good thing. I don't know. A good thing for me. But I mean, that's what's just strange, because I love the game of golf. I just something about that game. I just don't. I just want a new game to come out. 2K23, whatever it is. I just want to be able to start fresh, learn how to play it, and actually have fun with it.
That was it. A really big chance to get the break.
Yeah, exactly. And when that game does come out, I will be one of the first ones to get it. It's